And now it's time for more of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's talk hookup. This portion of the show is sponsored in part by Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup. Rancho Leonero, where your wildest Baja dreams come true. Maui Jim Sunglasses, the choice of the best captains. Shimano Rods and Reels, fish with the best. Shimano. And by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Here we go. Another great hour of Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. Here's Pete Gray and rock cod Rick Maxa.
Welcome back. Hour number 2. Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. Pete Gray here. Rock cod Rick Maxa here, too. Talking fishing here with Mr. John Ireland at Rancho Leonero, one of the great places on earth to go fishing and just have a great time.
No doubt about it. It's my favorite place in the whole world and so easy to get to. That's why I love this show, is it's 2 hours of talking about such a great place to go hang out. And if you want to join us in these remaining hour, talk about Rancho Leonero, get your questions answered by the man himself, John Ireland. We want to hear from you. 2 ways you can reach us on Let's Talk Hookup, and the first is with our local line. That's 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's our local number. Or toll free, that one's 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only are you going to get a chance to talk to the man, you're also going to get your shot at winning this killer prize pack. And if you didn't hear the first hour of the show, what a great prize for one lucky caller. We're giving away a full-day trip to go fishing on board the beautiful Liberty at a Fisherman's Landing. And those guys have been having some great rock cod fishing. I know there's some yellowtail to the islands earlier in the week, so a great opportunity to go fishing on a full-day trip on board that beautiful Liberty. Along with that, you're also going to get a Shimano jig package that includes the Shimano flatfall jigs and those great Colt Sniper jerkbaits. So a great prize for one lucky caller at the end of the show today.
Indeed. Captain Frank Lopresti from the Royal Polaris and the Shogun. Good morning, Frank.
Good morning, Pete. Good morning, Rick. And good morning to one of the classiest gentlemen in the industry. How are you, John?
Thank you, Frank. Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the
You're
accolade
welcome, John. Pete, I just want to let everybody know that the RP gets in this morning. He's got a very nice catch. But more important is we start ripping her apart. Complete transformation of the galley, all the wallpapers coming off, all the carpeting's going out. Forward bunk room, all the staterooms are getting ripped to shreds. New floors, we're making the bunks roomier, all new bunk boards, new wallpaper. We're going to be a very, very busy bunch here for a while.
Oh, I guess, man. So it's maintenance time.
Yes, it is. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, Pete, is the Shogun gets back from their 16-day trip. And by the way, they had a good day the other day. They had limits of wahoo out on the bank. So they had some pretty good fishing on the wahoo. But anyhow, they get back, I believe, on the 26th. And starting on the 28th, we will be running a series of day-and-a-half trips on the Shogun, limited to 30 passengers. And, as long as we get 4 or 5 reservations, we're going because we got to get things rolling here.
Wow.
And as you know, there were a few very nice fish caught yesterday. I believe the low end had one up to 120 pounds. But anyhow, we'll be starting on the 28th on day-and-a-half trips along with the Condor also running on alternate days, okay?
Okay.
That's
and
awesome.
How do we book those, Frank? Through Fisherman's Landing?
Yes, right through Fisherman's Landing or on the Fisherman's Landing website, okay, Pete?
What a luxury ride that is for a day and a half, right?
Well, we sure hope so.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's certainly a go-to and such a great platform, too, to fish from. Frank, we had Adam from the Nulawan call in earlier, and the number of fish that they hooked is impressive.
Right.
Yeah, that was cool.
As soon as that water warms up just a tidge more and we get, 4 or 5 days of good weather, there is going to be some very, very good bluefin fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Ready, Frank.
Yeah, mark his words right there.
We're
Captain
ready.
Frank Lopresti said it right here. All right, Frank, thanks a lot for that. Nice to hear from you.
All right, talk to you later. You guys take care.
Okay,
Have a good day, John.
Okay, buddy. Talk to you soon.
All
Let's
right.
go ahead and jump into those jam-packed phones. We have some very, very patient callers.
You're not kidding, man. How about this time we talk to Sean? He's calling us from Port Hueneme this morning. Sean, thank you for hanging in there with us.
Hi, Sean.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
What's up, Sean?
Hey, so I just want to kind of give John a big thank you there. I was at the ranch last summer, and, boy, when they say the rooster fishing's pretty good, he's not just whistling Dixie, shall we say.
Thanks,
With you on that.
Sean. Yeah, the rooster fishing. I don't think there's anywhere in the world better. In fact, I know there's not for the rooster, for the big
It was
guy.
pretty cool seeing your 12-year-old daughter learn how to fly line like a 3-pound bait and set the hook on her own 65, 70-pound rooster fish. Pretty amazing.
Oh, yeah, and great photos, too, after. They're such a photogenic fish, you know, when you get the plume up and all that.
Gorgeous.
And the fact that they're an easy fish to release, too. You know, the meat's just foul on them. They're inedible, so they're great to catch and great fight inshore, and then they're release fish for sure, so. Yeah, no, there's no better rooster fishing. It's the most consistent fish we probably have at the ranch, with the exception of striped marlin, our rooster fish.
What's the best time of the year?
You know, I have people ask me that, starting now, and then they'll run right through the season into November.
Yeah.
The bigger ones tend to be June, July, August.
Like when our tournament is in the beginning of June.
Exactly.
Yeah. By the way, do we have any spots left on our Let's Talk Hookup tournament?
You know, I think
beginning of June.
I think
I was told, Pamela told me 1 or 2 rooms left.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah,
if
it's
that.
such a great tournament. Sport Fishing Financial provides $500 cash prize for the largest Wahoo Dorado, and Statewide Stripes. Dave over there provides $500 cash for the largest tuna. It's an awesome. And it's all free to join.
And a trip to the ranch.
And, of course, the winning points gets a trip to the ranch, including some fishing. And
it costs nothing to enter the tournament.
Nothing to enter. And it's such a fun group. A lot of repeats. So take it if you want to go down prime time. All the info is on our website, letstalkhookup.com, on the trips page. I'll be down there. Actually, we're going to be doing the broadcast live from Loretto the Saturday before with the Sport Fishing Association of California. Then Rick Jensen from Sport Fishing Financial is going to pick me up in Loretto. We're going to drive to the ranch on Saturday afternoon, so I'll be there for the whole time at Rancho Leonero.
And then we'll call in Sunday from the boat.
Call in from the boat.
From the boat,
yeah,
with a couple big fish on the line.
I like
it. It's going to be fun. It's right on our website. It's like that first Saturday in June. Airfares are, like I said, ridiculous on any of the airlines right now. And
it is.
Great deals at the ranch.
Don't forget to mention Volaris. It's flying from Tijuana down to Los Cabos. It's crazy cheap. Guaranteed you can walk down there anytime you want. $75 each way. It's
pretty crazy.
$150 round trip.
Yeah, and the nice thing about coming in on Volaris from Tijuana is that you don't have to wait in the long line.
It's faster than San Diego Airport, which is by far the fastest customs in the United States. San Diego is. It's even faster than that. You walk across that little pedestrian bridge. It's like 250 feet. From the baggage claim, you're in the United States.
Yeah, for sure.
It's real.
Yeah, and that is the thing about the ranch that we talked about is the accessibility. Whether you want to fly out of LAX, Orange County, out of San Diego Airport, or even Tijuana.
Hey, Denver, Phoenix.
Everywhere.
Las Vegas. Dallas.
And here's the best thing about that is 95% of those people are turning right and going to Cabo San Lucas. 5% are going up to Paradise.
Make that left-hand
up
turn,
at the ranch.
get a couple of cervezas, you're at the ranch.
It's interesting the time of year.
They haven't figured it out.
It's the best.
There's no.
Good.
I mean,
good.
We hope they haven't figured it out.
There are, you know what gets me is that it's always the same thing. People will come and they go, wow, their first trip, they really love it and all that. Well, we're going to keep this a secret because we want to make sure that you have room for us next year. Like, no. Tell your friends. Make sure we're here next year.
Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Thank you, Sean.
How about next up we talk to Paul. He's calling us from Bellflower this morning. Again, really appreciate you hanging in there with us, Paul.
Good morning, John, Rick, and Pete. How are you doing
Paul?
today?
Great, thanks.
Okay, somebody already asked my question earlier, and you answered it wonderfully, John. So I thought of something else. Okay. Have you ever had any problems with the Mexican government?
The Mexican government's the Mexican government. I'm kind of the oddity down there. I have Mexican citizenship, but I'm really one of the few American hotel owners down there, and they've been really good. It's a tough place to do business, and they're rough with the Mexicans as well. So it's like I say, they not the violence and everything, but they're taxing more than they used to. They've learned how to the internet when the internet came along, because they had no postal system prior to that and everything. They've learned how to use the internet, so there's a little more taxes and stuff. But overall, no, and they don't discriminate in any way, shape, or form. they've been more than fair with me. I'm happy that I made the choice, and I've been down there now for I'm 70 and I was 31 when I started, so I'm still here.
Is it better today than it was 30 years ago for you?
It was so different then.
Yeah.
I was 30, now I'm 70, so
Yeah.
that's part of it. But there's a lot more rules now and everything now than there were then, but it's amazed me the fishery has stayed as healthy as it has and strong, and our area in particular, Cabo. Just when I got down in '79, it was I think the population of all of Cabo County was less than 10,000 people. Now it's 370,000, something like that. So
wow.
I mean,
my goodness,
yeah, and the amount of money down there now, unbelievable.
You go and look at the airport, and there are more private jets there than there are at McCarran in Las Vegas. There's never a time when I've been by there, there's not 60 or 70 private jets sitting there.
Crazy.
It's changed so much. Second busiest airport in all of Mexico, and that airport was not there when I first went. So I've really witnessed the changes, and there's good and there's bad with it. It's a unique spot, and just to finish, the East Cape hasn't experienced the development that the Cabo corridor itself has, which has been a good thing. So you still get the old taste of old Cabo and old Mexico by coming over to our side.
No question about it.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's amazing the amount of multi-million-dollar homes there are in Cabo and that corridor, and even now near you. And it just tells you people want accessible beauty.
Right.
In their resort,
well,
that's what that area is. It's very accessible.
Well, what's really changed things is the internet and Wi-Fi and everything. Somebody can have a house down there and run their business from down there and have the communication, the comms they need to do it, where that didn't happen before, and that really changed the landscape. So you find a lot of people running their business from down there, and just as they would from their home in San Diego or Los Angeles.
You can take your cell phone down there, and it works just like it is here.
Everything, yeah. I get my internet, text, everything. Every news, everything, for sure.
Hey, thanks a lot for the phone
thank
call
you, Paul.
this morning.
Thanks for the call, buddy.
All right, hey, it's time to find out what's going on the water. It's time for our FishDope.com report with the man, Captain Dave Hansen, your saltwater guide. And today, Catch Report sponsored by Gamakatsu Live Bait Hooks. They drive the point home. Gamakatsu features the absolute perfect bends and ideal barbs to allow your baits to swim harder and longer. And when they do fall victim to the intended predator, Gamakatsu hooks bite back with a vengeance. All hooks are not the same. Go with Gamakatsu for infinite success. And the man, your saltwater guide, Dave Hansen, is on the line. What's up, Dave?
Hey, good morning, guys. John, Rick, Pete, good morning.
Good morning, Dave.
Buddy.
Hey, I am out here at San Clemente Island. We're sitting at Gold Bluff right now. It is absolutely spectacular. It's about 75 degrees, not a ripple on the water. We're picking away at some calico bass. We fished the backside yesterday for very, very good rockfish in beautiful weather, and today we're just trying to catch some bass here on the front side of the island. Conditions are beautiful. The weather is, like I said, spectacular. There's not a breath of wind on the water today. But hey, guys, there's been all kinds of stuff going on. I saw that the new Luann stumbled into some more bluefin yesterday. The condor had good yellowtail fishing. There's stuff happening all over the place. There's a little bit of sea bass at Catalina. The biggest problem over here is trying to find some squid. There is massive amounts of red crabs at both islands, Catalina and San Clemente Island. But hopefully we're back into a new weather pattern, and this wind's going to stop blowing every day. We've had just a phenomenal amount of wind. It's kind of kept that water temperature down. But today, like I said, and yesterday, no wind. The island is beautiful. And fish are biting, and like I say every week, all I can tell you guys is if you're not fishing, I can't even imagine what the reason would be. You got to go fishing, guys. You got to get out in the water and go fishing.
You know, I'm with you, buddy. We just need to figure out this dang wind thing, man. We just get that
spring,
wind.
guys. Remember, it blows in the spring. That's what causes that upwelling, and that's why we have such a nutrient-rich water. Just have to take the good with the bad.
We've been so spoiled by the last 3 years of just Greece summertime conditions, you know, in January and February and March that I'm with you, man. I'm ready. I'm ready for a break, Dave.
All right, fishdope.com is the way to keep track of all of it. $20 off a new membership to fishdope.com using the code HOOKUPNOW, lowercase, no space. HOOKUPNOW, you get to talk right direct, like you're talking to Dave Hansen every day on fishdope.com, because he talks to Danny and he puts out that report. And Dave, how do we talk to you?
Well, guys, there's a new way. You can check out my brand new website at yoursaltwaterguide.com, and I post new videos on there every day of what's coming on, what's going down, where it's happening at, and how it's happening. Plus, I report to Fish Dope every single day and do live reports on there and telling you what's going on the water. And then if you still can't figure it out, you need me to come with you on your boat, give me a call at 949-374-0786, and I'll come with you on your boat and show you how we do it.
There you go. Sounds good to me, buddy. Appreciate it. Great report, as always, Dave, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week.
All right, I'm going to go molest some calicos. See ya.
All right, Dave. Thanks a lot for the call this morning. Let's jump into those jam-packed phone lines, Rick. We have some very patient callers.
Yes, we do. You got it. This time we're going to talk to Bruce. He's calling us from Lemon Grove this morning. Hi, Bruce. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Good morning. Great show as always.
Thanks,
Bruce.
My question is, we bring home fish, but do you guys have a smokehouse there?
We have a smokehouse available, not right on the ranch. We've got, actually, the name of the business is the Smokehouse Smokies, and they do a great job of fish processing. They'll vacuum pack your fish, they'll smoke it, very, very similar to Alaska, same type system. We actually are the only hotel down on the East Cape now that offers free cleaning and freezing. We have bags for you, but they're not vacuum packed. That said, we've got the brand new Sub-Zero freezers, and you give our cleaning table guy a nice tip and bring your own fish home. And that's what the majority, I'd say, I've got maybe 50-50 now. Half of the people are cleaning their own fish and freezing them in our freezer, and the other half are taking it over to the smokehouse. They do a great job.
If you're going to have the guys fillet at Rancho Leonero and freeze in Rancho Leonero, you want to bring your own Ziplocs, right?
Yeah, we provide them as well. We have them if you don't, if you forget and everything. But it's nice to bring your own Ziploc.
Bring your cooler down, right?
Yeah, bring your own cooler down, 55-quart cooler. But you don't have to anymore now because we have for $20, we'll say, the same boxes you get in Alaska.
Wow.
Like aluminum-coated,
nice,
airline-certified boxes. Yeah, so you don't have to
lighter
pay that
weight
extra.
too.
Yeah,
you can put more fish in there.
And you're only paying one direction,
right,
instead of two with your baggage.
Exactly, and it holds the same amount of fish as the 55-quart cooler. A lot of people bring the 55-quart cooler and go to Costco or wherever and fill it up with munchies and all that and have it in the room. And then when they're ready to go home, they take it full of fish with them as well. I might say a little plug for Chris over at the smokehouse. He just put in a brand new freezer, great big thing. It must be 1,200 square feet, huge freezer.
Wow.
So and because of it, we've had a real good run on the tuna. He's excited. He's all hot because of course tuna are the ones that really get smoked and frozen. And he with brand new freezer is about full already this year. If
you wanted to utilize his service and get the killer smoked fish and all that stuff, that you can arrange it. And they'll just meet you right. I mean, you don't need to do anything.
They're on the dock every day.
When you come,
let me qualify that. Yeah. They pick it up right at the cleaning table, and they deliver it to you right at the office when you leave, when you're departing. Right. Yeah, so
it's a great service.
It really is.
Oh, yeah.
And he does a very quality job. Their smoked fish is great. Their vacuum pack and frozen fish is perfect.
No, he does a great job.
It's a high quality.
He's got a fun little restaurant too called Smokies, and they have the best smoked tuna sandwich I've ever had, man. I'll tell you, I die for him.
Good product for sure.
Fired up.
Yeah. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning. Appreciate that.
All right. How about next up? We talked to Don. Don's calling us from Woodland Hills. Hey, Don. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Don.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back, Pete.
Thank you very much.
Hey, John. For those that haven't been to the ranch before, I have two quick questions for you.
Sure.
One. What's the most unique species you've seen caught down at the ranch? And then the others, I know you're really into diving. What's the most unique diving experience you've had down at the ranch or in the area?
Okay, well, I'll start with the diving because Pete will back me up on that. There's nowhere like Pomo Reef anywhere in the world. There really isn't.
Fish. Oh.
If you want for a fish dive, I like to see fish. And my gosh, you cannot believe how many fish there are on Pomo Reef. People say there's schools of Jack Crevalles in there that are millions of fish. I'm not kidding you. And now it's gotten to the stage. There's pictures in National Geographic. There was one on the Alaska Airplane magazine, big full-page pictures. You get in the middle of these schools of Jack, and Pete's been there, where you're sitting in there, just millions of them around you, and all you can see is down. You can see the sand on the bottom, and straight up you can see the blue sky. and everything all around
surrounded
you.
by
that.
You're
Is
just
so
surrounded by them circling you. And it's not just occasionally that it happens. You can do it every dive as much as you want.
The only X factor is the visibility, which is most of the time very, very good.
But the visibility is part of the lack of visibility is part of the reason there's so many fish. There's so much microplankton in the water. There's so much. The food chain in the water is so big. That's why there's so many fish. You go over to the Caribbean, it's gin clear and everything, and you don't see a fish anywhere. But we'll have 40-foot visibility, and I mean everywhere you look. You've seen the groupers, 100-pound groupers, common.
Giant pargo.
Giant dogtooth snappers.
Big amberjack.
Yeah.
So cool.
The pargos have a big orange eye that looks just about the size of a tennis ball, it reminds me. But it's like a devil's yellow eye.
And they know they're protected.
Oh, yeah.
They're not afraid of you.
You can you can swim up to them and touch them now and everything. Of course, I've been diving that reef. I dove it the first time in 1967. I'm really dating myself. So I'm probably the oldest, maybe not age-wise, but tenure-wise, North American that's been diving that reef. And it's got nothing but better and better and better.
So if somebody wants to come down to the ranch and they want to fish and dive, can you arrange that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And lots of people do.
Diver operation, you can just drive down to Pumo or they'll pick you up?
Yeah, that's the best. They've changed a lot now. Right? You have to make reservations. And
you have to get a park permit, right?
Yeah, you have to have a park permit. There's about 5 different operators right down there in Pumo Park that have the permits, and actually you reserve times on certain reefs.
You have to reserve, and that's a difference because it's very popular. People from Cabo come up.
Yeah, it's huge, and they're limiting the number of people in and out of there, which is a good thing, so they don't scare the fish out. They've done a wonderful job. Now, your other question, weird fish. Gosh, have we caught a lot of weird fish over the year. And I wish I could tell you the name of a lot of them, but normally they're off the bottom. You know, every year we'll have 1 or 2 oarfish float up on the beach, and normally they're semi-alive. We have a real steep drop-off in front of the ranch. It goes down thousands of feet, so they come out of there. And a couple times a year, I used to send the fish up to Scripps. They wanted them early in the game, and now they don't want anything to do with them. But I literally have to cut the fish into like 4 pieces so that I could fit in the ice chest. But some of these oarfish are 20 feet long.
Wow. Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, but I mean, there's some really strange fish that come out of the bottom. They're that I couldn't even describe to you. And we look up a lot of them, try to get the names of some of them, but most of them we never seen before.
Wow.
And I'm sure some of them are probably a new species. Period. It's so full of fish down by us. You know, they call it the fish trap and all that. Old Ray Cannon did, and he really wasn't wrong. And a lot of it is because of the microplankton and just the location. We're on that point. We're sticking out in the Pacific Ocean like we are, but you have all the advantages of an island and the inshore and the diving and all that. It's a unique spot.
Indeed. Hey, Don, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Thank you, Don.
Want to remind you, be sure to check out this week's edition of Western Outdoor News. Always loaded with fantastic information, lots of good stuff. Bluefin, big bass bite, all kinds of stuff. This week's edition of Western Outdoor News. Also want to throw out a giant thank you very much, not only to my partner, Rock Cod Rick, and new partner, Corey Sandin, for hosting the shows while I was gone, and also the big thank you for hosting that day at the docks last Sunday, which I guess was a huge success.
Totally.
Yeah, and thanks to Tommy P., the one and only, Gary White, Codfather, your dad, Richard Maxa, and the Cowboy for covering me while I was gone and doing field research. So thanks for that. They did a great job.
They had our back for sure. The booth looked great. It was a fun time, and those guys worked their butts off at it. And
and I have to say, Pete's got a tough job. Even when he's out working, in Panama, pulling on 150-pound yellowfin. It's tough.
It's tough.
I feel bad for you here.
They hurt me. I'll be honest with you. I was hurting.
A lot of sympathy here.
Yeah, for sure.
With that,
I was icing my shoulder every night.
I would say with that, let me throw out the same thanks to both Corey for having my back when we were doing it, and then also a big one to Dick, who didn't have Isaiah, Dick Warren, who keeps us on the air.
Oh, yeah, our engineer.
Without the chief, Isaiah, he was pulling double duty, and a real big one to Adam, too. Like, Adam so has our back, and is the reason the show goes so smooth, and Yeah, we had a couple of really good ones while you were out.
Thank you guys for covering. And speaking of Adam, I want to talk about our app.
Yeah.
All the way back from LAX, the lovely Mia from Dana Landing drove us back down from LAX, Steve and I got to listen to a lot of the shows while I was gone on the app. It is so unbelievable.
It's crazy.
I'm telling you, it is. If you haven't downloaded our app, go to your app store either on the iPhone or on the Droid, your Play Store, and just look for Let's Talk Hookup or Let's Talk Hookup Radio Show, and you'll see our logo there with a green background, and it's got everything you need there. It has the guests coming up. It has the show archives. You can listen live. You can go to our Facebook, Instagram. Easy, right at your fingertips on your mobile device. The Let's Talk Hookup app. Yesterday was the first day I really got to play a lot with it. Blew my mind how good it is. It's the company did it. Thanks to Adam for putting it together and making it work so well, and Bobby Woolrich, who works for the company that we did up there, helped us put it together. And thanks to all those guys, this is one of the best apps you're ever going to use. Period.
And what's the cost on the app?
It's $0.
$0.
Nothing,
Totally
for
free.
Sure. So thanks to Adam on that. Also want to mention, too, a couple of things here. There's an office at the Kona Kai on Shelter Island that's available. It's a 637-foot luxury waterfront office right next to Cussler Yachts, right there
good company.
At the marina at Kona Kai. They've completely they just put $23 million into this facility, and it's just finishing the construction there. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It is amazing. And if you want to have probably the best office in the world, 637 square feet, waterfront office, give a call. Shoot a call or an email to Steve Pennard at 619-246-6346 or Steve at Kona Kai Marina, Steve at DanaLanding.com is the easiest way to get a hold of him. Steve at DanaLanding.com, and just ask him about the office. The rent blows my mind how cheap it is. It's cheaper than my office, I can tell you that. And it blows my mind the deal that they're giving somebody in this office. So, and the Kona Kai, you hang out there, John.
I know the Kona Kai.
What better place,
well.
right?
I know the Kona Kai well. Yeah, one of my best buddies, Bill DeLue, used to own it.
Yeah, indeed. Want to also remind you, thanks to Ricky for doing a great job with Newport Boat Show yesterday and Duncan McIntosh. Today's the last day.
Yeah.
And if you want to go on the Seakeeper demo, it's down there today at Newport Boat Show. And then next week, the Seakeeper demo boat will be at Dana Point Shipyard. Dana Point next week for the big demo day. So check that out. Last day of the Newport Boat Show in Newport Beach today.
All right. Hey, when we come back, we got more phone calls, more great information, and more with our buddy John Ireland. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
For local and long-range fishing, the Islander out of Fisherman's Landing is a favorite among seasoned or novice anglers. But Islander Charters is much more than great fishing. They also do incredible Guadalupe white shark diving trips as well as a schedule of kayak mothership trips. You need to check out the Islander on their website, islander-charters.com. The Islander is San Diego's leader when it comes to 2 to 5 day fishing. Watch the website for trips and adventures available. Experience the Islander difference. Visit islander-charters.com for all the details.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
The ranch is unique. It's one of the few places in the world where you can still drive ATVs up the beach. We have fishing from the beach. We have dive trips that we run to Pomo in a number of different spots. Kayaking, of course, has been real big. We were one of the first hotels to introduce kayaking. The ranch is small, it's intimate. It's 34 rooms, so everyone gets to know everyone. The old saying, where everyone knows your name. Well, truly at Rancho Leonero, the employees do know pretty darn near all our guests' names. And what's even more interesting is most of the guests know each other's names. Very personal, very intimate, and a special environment. 2 miles of beachfront, a mile on either side of the hotel. Rancho Leonero is really the last of the old-style Baja fishing resorts. 1-800-646-2252. 1-800-646-BAJA. And RanchoLeonero.com. I'll personally guarantee your best fishing experience and vacation at Rancho Leonero.
Rock Cod Rick here for West Coast Marine and Parker Boats. You see them all over Southern California waters. Parker Boats at the launch ramp, the offshore islands. You wake up in the morning on an overnight trip and there they are. Parker Boats of all size fishing in the same area as the sporties. There's a good reason for it. Fishability and seaworthiness. Of all the boats out there, my boat partner and I chose to get a brand new 25 Parker center console from Kevin Kelly and the gang at West Coast Marine, and I could not be happier. Wow, what a fishing machine. Parker Marine builds a heavy-duty, industrial-strength boat, probably overbuilt, but that's why so many 4- and 6-pack charters choose to operate Parkers. We thank the guys at Pinnacle Sport Fishing, Season Sport Fishing, One-Man Charters, Black and Blue Sport Fishing for their confidence in Parker boats. Take it from me, if you are ready for a new Parker at a fair, upfront, and honest deal, you need to see Kevin Kelly at West Coast Marine, located at 1555 Newport Boulevard in Costa Mesa, or check out their inventory and information at westcoastmarine.com.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 19 stores and more to come throughout Southern California. No one does it better. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find a location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
It's time to get excited about fishing, and Point Loma Sport Fishing has everything you'll need. They offer half-day and three-quarter-day trips daily, perfect for families and the novice or seasoned fishermen. Point Loma Sport Fishing also offers overnight to multi-day trips, targeting the best of seasonal catches. Visit their website at pointlomasportfishing.com, where you can purchase tickets online and get more information on the trips available, or call 619-223-1627.
XEBRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
San Diego's sports leader. The home of ESPN Radio. The mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
All right, so I know a lot of guys are tuning in right now to hear about our Pesca Panama trip, so I want to talk a little bit about
one of them.
Yeah,
hear about
for
this.
sure. It was such an awesome trip. I know you heard from Castman Richard Castaneda from Cast Tours. First of all, talking about traveling with Castman, there's nothing better than traveling with Richard Castaneda from Cast Tours.
Best.
He is such a fun guy to be with. He has everything arranged, including dinner at Martin Fierro's the night after our trip,
nice.
The night before we travel home, which was Friday night, and everything was taken care of. Pesca Panama, like I said, is a phenomenal operation. You live on a barge, and the barge is very comfortable. They have a lovely bartender there that just takes good care of your every need that you want, and the boat captains, twin outboard, 27-foot center console boats. I'm so impressed by those boats. Those things have lasted for years and years.
Ocean
John,
Masters,
you experienced it, the Ocean Masters.
Yeah, great boats.
And they have brand new engines on them now. So, and they travel fast. And you're on the fishing grounds rather than 2 hours, 2.5 hours each way. And once you're at Coiba Island, you have to do that trip once out, once back. But once you're at Coiba, you anchor in this beautiful cove at Coiba, and you're half an hour to 40 minutes to the prime zone.
So cool.
And the tuna were mostly right near the Hannibal Bank, which is right between Montosa Island and Coiba Island. But one day they slid inside, about 10 miles inside of the bank. But the spread of tuna there was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the size of the tuna was unbelievable. Dr. Gary Finesse, fight doc extraordinary, super
Gary's
good
the
guy. 302-pound yellowfin tuna.
Congratulations,
with Castman, who had a 180 that same day.
Gosh.
Ken Ross, 220-pound yellowfin tuna.
Ready to go,
I think
Ken.
our biggest on our boat was like 130. But there was so much 90 to 150 tuna. There were lots and lots of it. I know Bill from Rancho Santa Margarita, one of our regular callers, he had a 150, 170. There were several guys I know that just caught fish of a lifetime on this trip. And the crazy thing is, normally what you go down to Panama for are the popper fishing.
Right, sure.
And we caught fish on poppers. We caught fish. The Colt Sniper jerkbait was off the charts. Way better than the popper this year. They wanted that thing badly. But the problem is, you got to cast it on tackle that really isn't really made for a 200-pound tuna, right? Even a Stella, 18,000, it's still... It kicks your butt. One thing I'll say about the Stella, you put Power Pro Max Quattro 80 on it. I love casting that stuff. It casts so amazing. You can put so much on, and I almost got spooled on that. And you said you put how much?
I don't recall. It was a ton. It was over 500 yards of 80-pound.
Yeah.
Went on a spinning reel. But I got to say this before you. Everybody knows my feeling on spinning tackle, but it is not fair to say that, it kicked my butt because it was a spinner. They don't make tackle where fish don't kick your butt on 200-pound yellowfin.
Oh, for sure.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
that doesn't exist. It doesn't matter what you hook it on.
50 wide Tiagras, and they were kicking our butt. Most of the fish were caught on small chunks of sardine.
Really?
Chunk fishing. You'd get into the porpoise of the dolphin, and you'd throw chunks, and then they drop chunks on 130-pound test with big hooks in it on Tiagra 50s, and it was almost an instant hookup every time.
So cool.
It's unbelievable.
That's so cool.
And the other thing that was really cool, and you'll see this in a video that Tommy P will produce for us, because I took a lot of video, is the commercial guys were absolutely annihilating the tuna, the long line guys, but they were so friendly and nice. We wouldn't have had any bait if it wasn't for those long line guys. Yeah, super friendly. And then one day they were on live bait, and we had some live bait from the long line guys.
Right.
They're so friendly that we'd get right to the stern of their boat, and you'd cast the bait on their transom while they're letting their lines out, and it was like an instant hookup on a 150-pound fish.
No
way. It was unbelievable. Yeah, but the Steve Pinard, who was my fishing buddy, along with John Textoris, my brother-in-law, we were talking about it. If you would do that in Southern California or anywhere else in the world, working with commercial guys like that, you'd be shot. I mean, in Mexico or whatever.
It would kill you.
These guys were like encouraging us every time we hooked up.
Cheering you on.
Yeah. They were just so friendly. I mean, the people in Panama are unbelievable. They're just fantastic. But anyway, I got to fish a day with Dr. Gary Furness, and he promised me that we were going to go inshore. I had enough tuna. I mean, we caught so much tuna. Well, he tricked me.
Yeah, good luck. Gary's tuna crazy, rightfully so.
Yeah. So he says, Tatine, our guide, who's an extraordinary guide, he's back at Pesca Panama, by the way, for those that like fishing with Tatine. He said, Tatine says we need to go get some bait first.
Okay.
And so we ran out to where the commercial guys were and get some bait.
Which is
and
the
then
tuna
we were
grounds.
going to come back. Which, happened to be the tuna grounds. Well, he says, we're not going to catch any more than 5. Well, we finally stopped at 8 or 9. And I was like, okay, Gary, enough. Let's go catch some cabera, okay? But we had a school of 150-pound tuna surrounding the boat. And, I threw a popper out on top of it. And this tuna, like a 150-pounder, really, literally came up from underneath and ate it midair, about 50 feet from the boat. It was extraordinary.
How cool.
And Tatine yells, "Hey, Panama tuna fishing!" Yeah, that's kind of the deal. But needless to say, even though the popper fishing and I had another one in that same stop on the Colt Sniper on a Tranks 500.
Okay.
And Gary and I tag teamed it on the Tranks 500 on 80-pound. And we got it. It was like a 130-pounder, but oh man,
that's a workout.
But the Tranks, it wasn't the Tranks. It was the rod more. It was more the rod that really needed to. But they really wanted that jerkbait though.
Yeah, that's a great lure.
John Textoris, my brother-in-law, the day that I went out with Gary and suffered on the tuna, they went inshore fishing and had great Cubera snapper fishing. That was a hot
Cubera day.
Yeah, 40-pound Cubera on a popper for John Textoris.
What a cool fish.
And Steve had a giant Cubera too also that day, and they had big roosters. Steve caught a big rooster fish and stuff like that. Anyway, fantastic
what a trip, man.
If you want to go next year, John, you've been. It was really fun. There's only basically one boat left. So don't hesitate to call Cast Tours. The dates, it's like the 9th, like the 7th through the 13th of April is like the first or second week of April. But just call Cast Tours and just call Cast and say, I want to go.
It's such a cool trip. I've done it before, the same, and just every trip is different, and they're all killer, and they take such good care of you, and it's such a cool atmosphere. You fish your butt off, you have a rad day, and then come back to the barge and have a nice shower and a cocktail, and you start BSing with your buddies about Pete broke this one off, and I got this one. It's just such a cool experience.
Yeah. It's so beautiful down there, too.
So
you talk about real jungle.
Oh, yeah.
It's the real
heavy
deal.
rainforest.
And I have to say, when I was down there, they said it was the worst fishing that they'd ever experienced, and it was good. And I kept figuring, God, I'd like to be here when it's good.
Yeah, well, it was good this time on the tuna, no doubt about it. But call Cast Tours, you'll have a good time with the Cast Man, no doubt about it. Let's jump back on the phones.
You got it. Well, everybody's packed up wanting to talk to John, so we're going to do just that. We're going to talk to Charlie, who's calling us from Gardena this morning. Hey, Charlie, welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
Morning,
I had a couple quick questions. Rick, you talked about the flat fall hook that you use yesterday. Could you tell me that number, the J hook? And then for John, can we use our Mexican license that we buy, like at the landing in San Diego, for a 1 to 3 day? Is that legal down there at the ranch?
If you buy the 1 to 3 day, then it's only good for the 3 days that you purchase them for. So no, I suggest buying an annual. If you're going to be fishing Mexico at all, for example, for a week, it's like $32, I believe, something like that. But for a whole year, it's $50 for the fishing.
That's what I meant, John. Is to buy an annual in the U.S. and it's good down there.
Good. Absolutely, yeah. Bring it with you. It's good down there.
Very good. Hey, thanks a lot for the phone call this morning.
Not a whole lot of time left. Let's try and sneak in Debbie, calling us from Chino Hills this morning. Morning, Debbie. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hi. How are you?
Great.
Debbie.
Very good.
Hi. You want me to ask a question?
Yes, sure. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, I have two twin brothers, and one is 400 pounds and one is 450. Would they be able to go on the boat together? Because you can't separate them, you know how twins are.
Yeah, well, they would fit on any of the boats. They'd be a load for the super pong. I would suggest a cruiser, a cruiser, but two of them on the crew would be fine. And considering the cruisers take normally 4 people, 4 200-pounders, it's going to equal out.
There you go.
No problem.
And they catch twice as many fish because there's only 2 of them rather than 4, so they can double up.
Perfect.
We'll take good care of them. We really will.
Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
You,
Rob
Debbie.
in La Jolla, just a short time for you there, Rob.
Yeah, good morning, guys.
Hi, Rob.
Hey, I was wondering what it's going to run me if I want to stay a week down in 7 days at Leonero.
That sounds like good time.
It depends on how much you want to fish. You can average for 2 people. Average room is about $250 a day. That's for your room and your meals. So, and then the boats range from $350 a day for the whole boat. That's the super pongest. To if you rent Mark Rare's boat, $1,500 a day. And so it really does depend on the boat and how many people, of course, are fishing on it. It's reasonable. It's very, very reasonable. I mean, if you compare it to any other fishing trip, pretty much any other fishing trip, it's a deal.
You start figuring out the cost of lodging and food and everything that's included in the ranch. There's not a better bargain in fishing.
In particular, the food. People will come down and they'll over in Cabo and all that. Food is expensive. You can spend $200 or $300 a day on food for 2 people.
And all the food's included at the ranch.
Yeah, everything's included.
And it's good food. Hey, thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Thank you, Rob.
When we come back, we're going to find out who's going fishing on the Liberty and has a Shimano jig package coming their way. You stay tuned. There's more Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
Pete here to tell you about our friends Jim and Mary and their incredible crew at Poway Valley Collision. I hear it all the time. Hey, I took my car to Poway Valley Collision, and you were right. Mentioned you guys, and they gave us the VIP treatment, fixed our car, and even gave us a special price. Believe me when I say Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them now, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And I'm not fooling. Our listeners can save hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, and Wawanesa, and more. All you do is call Jim, Mary, or any of their team members, and they do all the rest. No hassles, just top-notch work and VIP treatment. I had my car repaired at Poway Valley Collision, and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com.
Are you feeling that itch to get out on the water? Come fishing on the American Angler and reacquaint yourself with some familiar faces and make new friends. Captain owners Brian Kiyohara and Sam Patella take pride in every aspect of the American Angler operation, from their loyal and trusted crew to the sashimi-grade fresh fish you'll take home. It's easy to find a vacation that fits your schedule. We have everything from day and a half to 10-day trips and longer. Call me at the office, 619-223-5414, or check us out at AmericanAnglerSportFishing.com. We want you to become a part of the American Angler family.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.
When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know: CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest it's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090. All right, the big winner going fishing on that full-day trip on board the Liberty, as well as the Shimano jig assortment. That's going to Rob in La Jolla. Congratulations, Rob. You are going to love fishing on that boat, and you got some new jigs to go fishing with.
Yeah, man. And John Ireland, one thing I want to mention is that our first San Diego County Ford Dealer Live Remote is going to be Saturday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo, and that's going to be a fun time. And one of the two grand prizes is a trip for two to Rancho Leonero, included 4 nights fishing and 2 days of Super Ponga fishing. John, thank you for donating that, and thanks for all you do for Let's Talk Hookup. And everything. We just love the ranch, and I can't wait for our Let's Talk Hookup tournament in early June. Like we said, there's a spot available, maybe free tournament, good times, perfect time of the year to go to the ranch.
Well, without the show, I probably wouldn't be down at the ranch now. So it's been a mutually beneficial relationship. How many years now?
26 plus. Remember that first meeting we had when it's like, I got this place down at this spot, and we go fishing.
Yeah, I think you'd just been in business about a year, maybe at the most. And it was just at that time it was just Sundays. It was, and then you hopped on Saturdays. No, happy to be here. 800-646-2252, RanchoLeonero.com.
Yeah, talk to Pam and the gals there. It's awesome.
Pam and Olivia, they'll take good care of you.
Before we go, I totally forgot to mention last week, and we got to give big congratulations to our buddy Uncle Al, who tied the knot yesterday. So
what?
Yep.
Big Al Sports Partner?
Yeah, Carolyn Young is now Mrs. Renza Paris, and
congratulations!
I disappointed
Big Al.
myself for forgetting to mention yesterday, but a big congratulations to our buddy Uncle Al. So
Sports
congratulations,
Partner
Al!
Extraordinaire up there in Dana Point for sure. All right, hey, thank you for listening today. We'll be back next Saturday and Sunday. Next Saturday, Carl Schmidt from Fisherman's Landing. He's going to have a lot to say about all the great fishing going on.
With all this bluefin.
Yeah, no kidding. Then next Sunday, Mark Rayer and Jack Nielsen from Gen Ren Sport Fishing will be here. Thanks for listening today. We'll be back next Saturday and Sunday. And again, check out our app and our website. And thanks to Adam for all he does with that. See you next week right back here, Mighty 1090.